See, Gene, I was just spitting facts and I told you I ain't had no beef with you. But your response was exactly how I knew your bitch ass was gonna respond. See, you are the worst type of nigga. You was hired to protect somebody, right? And you end up, for what, maybe 2 years now, 2-3 years gossiping about everything about this man. Now, it's one thing if you want to just talk about the isolated incidents of him, Cassie, and the situation at hand, but you start talking about the whole man's entire life. You the worst type of bitch nigga out there. The worst type of snitch, rat, exposer, whatever you want to call it. See, I'm not impressed by you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not impressed by you. All that tough talk and everything, I'm not convinced. You talk too much like a gossiping bitch to be tough. You do this too much. You can't be tough, right? I know me and my niggas, when I was running back then, when you was Diddy's bodyguard and I had the source and I was running with my Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan niggas, who'd have ate your food, nigga? You'd have been nothing to us. Just like we was eating other niggas' foods. See, and I don't get on here talking all that. You know, I let niggas have their fun with the neck jokes and all the other lies and fabrications about me being gay and all this other shit. I don't wet that. Because, right, when I do die, it's gonna be outside. It's gonna be outside where I be at. This don't mean shit to me. You are the worst type of black man. You was hired to protect somebody. To protect someone. You was led into that man's world. He trusted you. When all this was going on, you sat back and didn't do nothing. You did absolutely nothing. Because all you doing about it now is gossiping, and the way you talk is like a bitch. The way you gossip and the way you tell your stories and the way you continuously go on and on about the little things that you've seen. I've never seen a man. You will go down in history, right? You won't go down in history as a dope-ass bodyguard. You on here grandstanding for these clicks and comments. And these motherfucking weirdos who really give a fuck about other people's lives more than their own. See, you love to read the clicks and comments. Go, Gene, go, go. Nah, nigga. You a Benedict, the worst type. You was trusted. And now look what you doing. And nigga, you look old as fuck. It look like since you started, you've done aged about 20 years. You don't even look healthy. What type of bodyguard was you? You ran your mouth more than you probably ran the gym. All that tough talk, listen, I swear I don't get on here doing that. I've done a lot of shit in the streets with my niggas. Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan. We don't talk about all the shit that we did and still don't. We still don't. We did a lot. I was involved with a lot. But what type of fool would I be at 60 to be bigging that shit up, the stupid shit I was doing when I was younger, when I got kids? I don't get involved with that tough talk. I let you niggas have that on the internet. I be everywhere outside. No bodyguard. I never had a bodyguard, security. And I had my niggas. And we were active and we got it in. There was a lot of motherfuckers who felt the wrath. But I don't get on here even talking about that. I don't even get on here even talking about that because I'm not even proud of that. And I'm not trying to reignite no old shit or embarrass anybody. Oh, yeah, but we was tearing shit up. Me and my niggas back in the Source days, well, we was tearing shit up. Uh-huh. I just don't see how, right? I don't see how you on here still talk. And you even went to the jail to watch this nigga go. You went to the fucking court to watch this nigga go to jail. You a different type of dangerous nigga. You ain't dangerous and no threat to nobody, but your mouth and your spirit, dangerous. You the worst type nigga. That man, I don't give a fuck what he did. He hired you and trusted you to protect him. Not for you to tell every little bit of his life story that your motherfucking bitch ass was sitting around taking notes. You the worst type of nigga, bro. And after all these millions of views on YouTube and you crying because you couldn't be on the 50 documentary. You know why? Because your gossiping girl ass done said everything on YouTube that you can get it for free. If you would have shut the fuck up, maybe you would have got a big check. But you do this too much, and that's why you wasn't on it. But you know what? You just like 50. Y'all get amped up from these clicks and commenters. A lot of them, people not even ain't even us that be bigging y'all up. And that's what turns you on, because you never felt that. You've been around everybody getting shine, and this is the time you want your shine, but you getting the wrong type of shine, because real niggas see through you. Your dusty hoodie ass wearing ass, old looking sloppy ass nigga. I don't listen, all that tough talk. You can't even talk tough no more. You've done too much talking on this to be trying to challenge somebody or see somebody or what you're gonna do to somebody. Because I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You do this too much. You've done this too much. You're used to that. If you ain't got a mega mansion, 3 whips, and a brand new closet full of clothes, nigga, then what the fuck are you doing it for? I mean, if you're doing it, I would assume you'd be rich, but you bitching because you didn't get no money from the documentary from 50. You are the worst type of nigga. On one hand, it just shows. You a mercenary. You just come out. You a hired mercenary. You don't give a fuck who you shit on as long as they giving you a check. And they don't even got to be a big check. You outdated, you old, you don't look healthy. You don't look healthy. See, karma got a way of creeping up on motherfuckers, man. For real. Yeah. You look old and unhealthy. I'm probably older than you. Nah, nigga, for real. Like, you gonna go down to history. This is what you want to go down in history for? Because at the end of the day, me, I don't give a fuck what people say. My accomplishments and my resume outdo 99.9 of the motherfuckers on here that I accomplished. We all gotta die. What they gonna say about you when you gone? What they gonna say about you? That you was a gossiping bitch. The only thing that you accomplished was talking about another man that was trusted enough to hire you. After this, it's Amazon deliveries for you, and there's nothing the matter with that. I got a couple of guys that's doing it, but that's waiting for you. I hope you got your license right. Because after this, there's nothing else. No one will ever hire you or trust you for anything. You sat around and watched everything that you were blaming this man that he did and never said nothing. God knows I can't wait till this man get out and do his own documentaries and movies and talk about all the people that's talking about him. I can't wait. All the people that he hired, all the people that he done put money in. I'm not defending nobody. This ain't about a defense. This is real talk. That man paid his motherfucking price. When you go to court as a black man, when you go to court, that's supposed to be it. But nowadays, that's not it. So you got to go through the court of the white man in the system, and then still now come back to the black man's YouTube gossip sucker shit. This is where we at now. That's why the streets are dead. Because you just ain't fighting the judicial system of the white man. You got to fight the internet of these sucker niggas. I need y'all to comment, tell me what you think. And fuck Gene Deal.
Woo!
But bodyguard was...
Now it's my turn to talk. A member out of Benzino's crew, or used to be one of Made Man, he had a problem with me for a while. And he wanted to see me. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, dude, he ain't like the way I told the DMX Lock situation when they had the fight. He was really upset about it. But I'm like, dog, how you upset about what I heard? Nigga, I was in the fight, man. I was in the trenches. So he was mad. But I understand why he was mad if I wasn't there. But I'm like telling him, dog, if somebody came and tells you something and you say it, that's what you was told. Did I say I was there? Did I say I was side by side with you? You might say it went down a different way. Okay, that's your thing, but don't tell me what I didn't hear. So in this situation, it's kind of similar to how Benzino would feel about Gene's involvement. Gene has went way beyond the line. And he was, I don't gotta love my enemies. And I'm like, this ain't about loving your enemies. You're going too far. That I don't know if it's the likes, the money, or what's going on, but it's got to a point where he's going way over the line. He done wrote a couple books, he done did his thing in the game, but now he's going way past the gun line that he can't even be fair in the situation. He's so biased because he don't like somebody. Like, I don't like him. It's like, okay, well, if you don't like him, you don't have to like him. You ain't had to work for him or nothing. But he gave you a chance in life. He gave you an opportunity. You wouldn't have been around a lot of people if he didn't give you a chance. And to portray what you were as a bodyguard, nobody would hire you. He's right about that. As I told him, I'm like, you could never go bodyguard anybody no more. Who would trust you? It'd be like we'll hire you to bodyguard an event. Now, Benzino and them dudes, the main men, yeah, RSO, them dudes they were official. They were official street dudes for real. They got into crazy shit for no reason. Most of that was drugs. They was hyped up on drugs, hopped up on them, and acting a fool. They got into it with our guys from Connecticut. I knew some dudes from Connecticut that got into it with them, and he was a promoter. He wanted to be big time producer, promoter in the game, and Big Chris is down there, and he just wanted to be a rapper, get in the game, and he wanted to be the Midwest Suge Knight, and went to the East Coast, to try to get it cracking, and was in Connecticut and got into it with Benzino. So when I tell you I knows my things, man, I know some things. I know a thing too. You know what I'm saying? So it goes a lot of ways, it bends in a lot of directions. So when you see things that is going down or get to a certain point where it should be making sense and it just isn't clicking, there's a reason for that. So that's what I tell people, like there's reasons for things. You just gotta understand it. Gotta be willing to move with the flow. Now, hold up. I should have something here. There we go. Uh-oh, that's not what I was talking about at all. Yesterday's price is not today's price. There we go. I had to find it somewhere. There we go. See that big black guy at the end? That's the Bulgarian. All right. That's the money that's behind the whole thing. See these? That's the money. That's the Bulgarian brothers. They're actually cousins. That's Christoph, and this guy's just Chris. And he was the producer. He was the guy to bring. He was the guy that was behind him. So when we got together, and this was supposed to be the unit, it was like I was Mayweather and he was Leonard Ellerby. He was gonna be the manager. Okay, so he was managing to do things. And he was making big moves in the game. So Benzino got into it with some of his people in Connecticut. where they felt Benzino was done dirty or whatever, and I guess Chris produced, or he was the guy who had booked everything, and I guess I don't know. I wasn't there, so don't get mad at me, man. I can only go by what I was told. Things got funny. Everybody went left. Everything went left, and boom, just like that, everything fell down. Now, when you see people and right, when you see the things go down, there are a lot of differences that are taking place that we need to. Okay, we got a big, crazy increase going on here. All right, somebody just hit me up. Don't know what they want. This is not going to be good. Now, back on the table for the sawing. The thing about Benzino is they're very, some very powerful, strict individuals. Like they very serious about what it is that they do. No matter what's going on, they was definitely in those streets. So, but when Benzino was telling them, like, dude, you running your mouth too much. And that's what I was saying. A lot of street dudes who was watching Gene, I'm like, dude, if they saw you talking like this, just regular street dudes, you could tell people on the internet anything, but these street dudes don't look at you and lose a lot of respect because most of them don't be online like this. Most street dudes don't be online looking at YouTube all damn day. But they be like, Big Gene says this, Big Gene says that. They be like, why is he saying that? Then he call up real dudes, and real dudes don't even want to be on the phone talking about anything. He be like, man, I know. But just give me this. Tell me if was I telling the truth when I said X, Y, and Z. Yeah. See, and they be saying I be capping. It's like, all right, man, just get me off this thing, man. I don't want to be on this thing, man. Yeah, go on and do your show, man. Just go on and do your show. That's they don't want no involvement. There's the damn Vicks. I've been looking for this all over the place. I'm like, who would come in here and steal my big vapor rub? Got me looking all over for this. So when you see this go down, now you know in full how it was related to everything and how it was breaking up in the streets. Because real street dudes, there's some people that know of Gene in Chicago that know a couple of my guys. When me and Gene spoke on the phone, and I told him, I'm like, dude, do you know what I do in real life? Like, there's no fear of like Gene and stuff like that. I'm like, look, anybody talking about doing something to me in this city, not that I'm a Superman invincible. It's just that it's a lot of people that's gonna find out who did what, and it might be some actions behind it. I knew a couple of real dudes that I was real with, meaning that while they were locked up, I made sure the daughter got some money. The little kid needed somebody to get him a ride. Their car broke down and she needed to get the car fixed. I had to help my boy's baby moms. She needed a alternator in her car. I had to get an alternator for her. I didn't have to, but when his boys turned their back, his crew that he was out there with, he knew me from school. I knew his government. I wasn't the street dude with him. And he was like, man, that's the only car we got that's making money. Like she got to get to work and take my daughter to school. Then we got to drive to get there. He's like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay you back, but if you can just help us out, I I am forever grateful. He's like, I had to call 4, 5 people just to get your number. You know what I did? I helped him out. I went and saw her personally and said, take it to my guy. He gonna get you a brand new alternator. I went and tested the car to see what was wrong with it and said it ain't the battery because she thought she just needed a new battery. I said, no, it ain't the battery. So your alternator. And I showed her how you can even test it. You don't need to put it on the machine. I was like, look, you take this charge off. If the car cut off, the eyes running now. I jumped the car. It was running. I said, now watch this. I took the top off and it died. I was like, you know why it died? The alternator's dead. If it wasn't the alternator, then it would have just kept it have kept running without the battery. I had to show that trick. Well, it's not a trick, but I had to show that to my boy who got his car and we changed his battery. I'm like, you just need a new battery. I put alternators on my cars. I've done all that stuff before. I don't do it now, but I did it then. So let's just say I got a lot of good credit in the street. I got an 850, 820 credit score in the streets. So I don't brag on that, but I'm just saying if I had a problem, a real street problem, I can go to any of these guys and say, and they be like, you need help in some area that I can help you in? Oh, it will get done times 1,000. And I told Gene what exactly that I did. I said, Gene, do you know what I do? This was in 2018, I believe. And I'm like, Gene, I help ex-cons get jobs. When they come home and don't want to go to, they come home and they don't have a job, they don't have anything to do. I work with people that help get them jobs, bruh, so they don't have to go back to crime, so they can have some money coming in because they come home and they don't get an opportunity. And I would tell people, if you're gonna go to Wendy's, be on your best behavior if you go to this one. Dude was in prison. He was on the food line. You know what I'm saying? That's what he did. He worked the grill. You know, that was his thing. So he went ahead full speed ahead. Was like, all right, yeah, they working the food truck, food line, all of it. Now he working at Wendy's. I had like 4 or 5 people working at the same Wendy's. And it was crazy because he was like, man, I was at Thornton with him. He was like, I was up at Thornton with this dude right here, man. He was like, we didn't get along. He's like, but it's crazy because we were both in the food line. You know, like he's like, man, we was about to go at it one time in Thornton, like penitentiary. And I was like, Man, this your job. Now he's like, oh no, we good. We best friends now. He's like, we got each other number, everything, man. So I've helped a lot of people on the streets, and you know that. I don't brag about it. You never see me like on videos bragging about that all the time. Like, yeah, I got street goons. I help them on in the street because that's not what that's about. That's about changing people's lives. Like, I never put my friends or people I cared about in risk by doing something goofy just so they can prove like I'm tough. I don't do stupid shit like that. That's something a kid would do, trying to get hook stripes so I can impress somebody, show them, ooh, he's a killer. He's this. Not a killer. That dude who going to jail for doing something stupid for me, he got a family. Now you got to take care of his family. Now you got to make sure his family's straight because he went to jail for you. That happened to a lot of people I know who had millions and millions of dollars. There's situations that I can't even talk to you about on YouTube that I would love to. I can't even put that on the Patreon. That information just got you. Cause some things gotta go to the grave, Gene. It just gotta go to the grave. You've been talking too much. So when real street dudes hear you talking too much, nobody really they just say something little, but a lot of them don't deal with you. They don't like it at all. And a lot of them had you. I used to defend Gene. Like he don't even know how much I used to defend because they had him confused with this other fake ass bodyguard that like I don't know where he at now. He came around for a little bit and then he gone. He was talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce. It was so many of these dudes, they was just all crediting it all to Gene, and I was like, "That's good and bad, Gene. Your name is getting out there, but now it's getting out there in a bad way." But I laughed my ass off when he said, "Amazon delivery." So all you gonna be able to do now, son. So, alright. Oh, that was funny as hell. But anyway, man, Imma get up out of here. Imma holler at y'all later. Y'all tell me what y'all think about the situation. I'm out. Who right? Benzino or Gene?